Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and secularism. The holy trinity of the West, apparently. Let's see how consistent Charlie Kirk is with them.
The question is macro Islam compatible with Western values? Macro. Of course it's not. There are three major reasons why.
Interesting. So now macro Islam is the target. Not Muslims, not extremists, just Islam as a whole. That's a bold start.
Islam does not believe in freedom of speech.
Islam actually permits speech, but holds people accountable for harmful speech, just like every modern nation does. Defamation, hate speech, slander, all restricted in the West too. So where's the contradiction?
Islam does not believe in freedom of religion.
That's false. The Quran says, "La ikrah fi din." There is no compulsion in religion. That's as clear as it gets. And unlike the West, Islam gave Christians and Jews protected status over 1,000 years ago.
And Islam does not believe in separation of mosque and state.
True, Islam sees no need to separate morality from politics, but that's not inherently bad, unless you think justice, charity, and accountability are bad. Also, the U.S. doesn't separate church and state as much as you think. Have you seen these evangelical Christians supporting the genocidal state with $150 billion in aid based on scripture?
So, but I think you can acknowledge that we as Christians have to honor the Jews. Do you believe that?
I think we should honor everyone. People are people at the end of the day.
But in our scriptures, it does say that we should bless the Jews, that, Genesis 12:3, bless those, I will bless those descendants that bless me. And we have a covenant with Israel. Do you share that as a Christian, that belief?
Those three things are antithetical to the West. In a Muslim majority country, most Muslim majority countries, you cannot criticize the Prophet Muhammad.
Would you call that a lack of freedom or just respect for what billions hold sacred? Muslims also support not criticizing Jesus. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. And by that logic, hate speech laws in the West are also anti-freedom, no?
In most Muslim majority countries, you do not have the same robust freedom of religion protections.
You mean the same West that banned hijabs, niqabs, and mosques? Try wearing Islamic clothing in France or Switzerland. Freedom of religion shouldn't mean freedom to erase Islam.
Finally, whereas we in the West are very careful to try to intermix religion and state, they are commanded to actually go into the state and try to change the state to be more Islamic.
He makes it sound like Muslims are plotting a coup. In reality, every citizen advocates for their values. So why are Muslims singled out? And additionally, Orthodox scholars of Islam advocate for Muslims not participating in democracies unless it prevents direct harm upon Muslims.
Around the core pillars of Islam. And the last thing I'll finally say is, I cannot see a single Western country that has become more Islamic and has become a better place to live.
Define better, because when Muslims live by Islamic values, crime drops, family cohesion rises, and communities thrive. By the way, Islam didn't take over these places. Muslims contributed. There's a difference. This isn't about values, it's about control. When Islam threatens the West,